This is tugging, this is turning, okay? You can see where they're very similar. The feels are somewhat similar, so you could be a tugger and maybe you don't know it. So you probably need to do a little mirror work or have someone video you, and maybe your teaching professional, if you're taking lessons, maybe have them take a look at it and make sure you're not tugging. You should be turning. Hey golfers, Tony McMullen, the founder of Smart Golf Academy here. Wanted to take a minute to wish you all happy holidays. I hope this is your greatest holiday, greatest Christmas and New Year's yet. And secondly, the topic of today's video is going to help you to identify, are you a tugger, T-U-G-G-E-R, tugger as in tug, or are you a turner, tugger or turner? Turner as in rotational, okay? A lot of guys, a lot of players learn to be tuggers early. They kind of tug on the club a little bit. We'll get into that in just a moment here. And that kind of takes over the idea of turning. And we want to identify what tuggers are. We want to identify what that does. And then we want to help you make a correction there to become a turner, more rotational in your golf swing. But first things first, if you are not a subscriber, we'd love it if you'd subscribe to the channel. We've helped over 1,000 subscribers to get better in their game, perform better, enjoy the game more. We're fairly certain that our content can help you as well. And more importantly, drop us a line. Let us know how we're doing. We've already gotten some good ideas from some of you as to videos that we're going to be making going into the spring to help you get your game started off the right way and enjoy it more. So now on to our question, are you a tugger or are you a turner? Okay, so tugging is very simple. The grip, when we hang on to the club, tuggers tend to kind of pull the grip at the golf ball, okay? I always illustrate this the same way with my clients. If I have them turn towards me out of their stance and I have them get to right here, and if you can picture somebody hanging on to that other end of the club very loosely, and that's me, and I tell them, go ahead, there are two ways that you could pull this club out of my hands. Which one is it? And that tells me right away if they're a tugger or a turner. So if they pull it out of my hands by doing this, they're a tugger. If they pull it out of my hands by doing this, they're a turner, okay? Obviously, we want more rotation in your golf swing. So tugging at it creates a number of issues. Let me just give you a couple of them. So you get to the top of your swing. You're up here in a position where you're ready to turn back towards the ball, turn through the ball to your target, and you're going to start it this way. You're going to start pulling the club down towards you. Some people call it ringing the bell. If you were holding onto a rope and you wanted to ring the bell, okay? You can, now we're talking in generalities here, so you can learn to play golf that way, and you can learn to play fairly well, you know. So, and I know a lot of times in these videos, someone will make a comment, well, I learned to do this, or I learned to do it that way, or whatever. This is a generalization. I'm not saying that if you're a tugger, you can't play some great golf. You probably can. If you're a low handicap golfer, that's the way you've learned to play. I just think that when you tug on the club from up here, the shaft tends to work its way away from you, and you get more of a casting model than you would retaining the angle and being able to turn. The more the club moves, and your mind is pretty quick at picking this up, the more the club moves away from you, the less your body feels like it has to turn, because the club is on its way to the ball, and your body kind of says to your mind, hey, looks like this is all taken care of, so I'm just going to kind of take this swing off. So what happens is, and we know in our last video we talked about, are you a flipper or are you a releaser? If you're a tugger, you're probably going to be a flipper, because once you get the club to here, you've kind of run out of room to turn your body anyway, so your arms take over, and at the bottom, you flip through impact. That's just a couple of things that tugging can create. There are other things, but we'll just stop there because you kind of get the general idea. Now, if you're a turner, when you get to the top of your swing, number one, you've got some weight already preloaded into this left leg. If you're a right-handed player, your lead leg, okay? So you got some in there. So now you're going to keep going with that, and you're going to turn, okay? This is tugging. This is turning, okay? You can see where they're very similar. The feels are somewhat similar, so you could be a tugger and maybe you don't know it. So you probably need to do a little mirror work or have someone video you, and maybe your teaching professional, if you're taking lessons, maybe have them take a look at it, make sure you're not tugging. You should be turning. All the best ball strikers in the world, when they get up to the top, very few of them will make this move. Most of them will make this move right here. They're going to turn. What does turning do for us? Well, it helps us to square the club face a little bit quicker. It gives us a better swing plane going into impact. And turning sets you up for momentum. You're going to swing a little bit faster, and you're also going to make sure it's going to make your follow through and your finish a little easier, because when you flip, again, you kind of drag the right side, drag the trail side. If you're a tuggers, you will see them tug, and then they tend to drag their trail side. If you're a turner, rotational, you tend to turn all the way through. Okay. What you're going to want to do with this is you're going to want to get in front of a mirror. You're going to want to look at how do I take the club from top to bottom out of transition. Is there a lot of arm movement and not much body turning? You're a tugger. If your arms and your body move together, you're a turner. Okay? Work on this a little bit, figure out which one you are. Once you start turning more instead of tugging, you're going to find you're going to be able to hit the ball a lot more solid, a lot straighter, and it's going to give you more opportunities to score and have more fun. That's what the game's all about. For more tips like these, go to smartgolfacademy.org, the online academy. There's over 80 videos on there that's going to help you to play your best golf and become a better player.